if you're seeking alpha today, which is finding excess returns in the market, where would you place $10,000? What is the fastest moving horse? And I realize that things are fluid and dynamic, always changing. My horizon is 1 to 2 years. So it's kind of an interesting question, because I think on Thursday I shared this slide. It was during the frenzy video, and the importance of getting in early. Let me just walk through it one more time real brief. If you get in early, if you buy something at $8, it goes to $24, you make it 3x. If it goes to 100, we'll be talking about one of those assets that is going to 100, you'll make it 12.5x. So 10,000 becomes $125,000, and 125K is life-changing. All right. If you are late, if you wait to buy into the market because you're bearish or you're sitting on all cash, you buy something at $24, it goes to 100, you make it 4x. 10K becomes 40K, which is also good, but it's not 125K. That's the importance of as the old expression, I think it was Warren Buffett or somebody said, buy when there's blood in the streets. I call it running into burning buildings. When others are fearful, jump in. But let's talk about some ideas. And these are just ideas, not an investment advice, but they represent what 95% plus of my portfolio is made up of these 4 things. So first of all, you should dollar cost average, or DCAS, as I call it, dollar cost average on steroids, for half. I'll show you what that means in a minute. And you could jump in with the other half right now, because we know, for example, Bitcoin is going to a certain multiple. Trust me, I'm going to share those multiples right now. ETH is going to, Sol is going to, Tesla is going to do whatever. So one of the things I'm doing, so I'm going to show you some example multiples, and I want you to think about how you would play with your portfolio. And don't follow mine. I'm extremely heavy in one asset here on this list. But I went in heavy because of this point here. When things became so cheap, the cheaper it gets, the more I get. So I bought an awful lot. Pretty much most of the things I bought were things like Solana and Tesla over the last 8 months ago, because they were just stupid cheap. Anyhow, before you all shout out, "Oh, he's a hopium boy," this is from Standard & Chartered Bank, and I'm using my sandbag multiples. What that means is, if Bitcoin does this, Ethereum does this. If Ethereum does this, Solana does this, etc., and my Tesla price predictions as well. So Standard & Chartered, very, very big conservative bank. They say Bitcoin is set to quadruple by the end of 2024. That's big. 120K. That's huge. But remember, people are like, sometimes I've heard people say, only 120,000, but you can buy at 30 now or 25. Like, that's a 4 or 5x at that price. But anyway, that's just the nature of humans these days. But here are some multiples. Again, sandbagged. If Bitcoin goes to where Standard & Chartered says it's going to go, I'm very confident in these multiples. So that means Bitcoin today, price is 30,303 on the spreadsheet. When I took the real-time quote, 30,400. So it changed. It went down $100, I guess, over the last hour. But it's going to 120K, which is 4x. Okay, let's call it 394.7%. Ethereum, okay, based on historic multiples, Ethereum's at 1937. It'll go to 11,470 if Bitcoin goes to 120K. All right, that's nearly a 6x. Solana, currently it's at $28, and based on my historical multiples and analysis, that if Bitcoin does a 4x, Solana will do nearly a 6x, and then Ethereum will do nearly a 6x, and Solana will do nearly 8.5 plus x, which would take 28 to 248. And the crazy thing is, 248 is still less than the all-time high. So these numbers sound ridiculous when the price is so low. But if I was sharing this spreadsheet with you when the price of Solana was $8, you'd think I'm nuts. The price of Solana 4 weeks ago was $14. Now it's 28. So it's doubled in 4 weeks. And that shows you how disruptive this stuff is and how fast it can move. And that's the point I'm trying to say here. Take this, modify it, sandbag it like you will, and allocate accordingly. Last one on the list is Tesla at 281. Sorry, that's backwards. Whoops. I have them in reverse. So much to do today. My target over the next year and a half, for Tesla is 450, and we are currently at 281. Okay, so you can do the math there. It's a 1.6x approximately. So with that, again, the message for everybody here is you have to balance risk and reward. I know if things work out, Solana will do a lot better than Ethereum, and Ethereum will do a lot better than Bitcoin. But that's not how I allocate, because I want to preserve capital first. I'm happy with less than hyperbolic returns as long as I keep my assets safe. The rest is gravy. Okay, so remember that very carefully. And that's why always, always, always balance risk and reward. And as Rob from Digital Asset News says, my goals are not your goals. So stolen from him.